It is cardio and chat time. So I do cardio in the morning and I do my weight training in the evening. I find that kind of works the best for me. I used to do cardio after weights. It's right after weights, but I don't know. For me, like when I'm doing cardio, or when I'm doing weight training, after I'm done, I just want to go home and chill. I don't want to do cardio. And I found, I was skipping a lot of times doing cardio for that reason. So I started doing it in the morning time instead. Kind of split it: cardio morning, weight training in the evening. And so far, it's going all right. And I do boxing for cardio. You can do whatever you want, really, as long as you do it. The whole point of doing cardio is to get your heart rate up to, get your heart rate up for a while, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is. And that's the beauty of cardio. You can do so many different variations of it. So, I'm sure you'll find something that you like. So I'm sure you'll find something that you like. I don't like running or anything like that. I just find it just boring for me. So I'd rather do boxing. And I have a kind of a floor standing bag that I can use. And sometimes I do it in the gym. Sometimes mostly I do it at home. Sometimes I do it in the gym. But I don't like going to the gym just for 15, 20 minutes of cardio, go all the way there and come back. So I'd rather do it at home. But sometimes I go a little longer, like on my rest days, I might do a half an hour session. But then I would go to the gym because the gym has the heavy bag, the hanging one, which I do find it's a bit better and I have more space there. This is a very small room and I don't really have much space to move around. And, when you're doing boxing, it's not just, you're not just hitting the bag, you got to move around a bit. And I do as much as I can here, but space is limited. So that's good. And even with this, the hanging bag is a bit better anyway, because it's suspended from the ceiling and you can move around it, So, yeah. So we'll do some cardio. It's actually leg day today. The infamous, the dreaded leg day. So we'll do that in the evening. But we'll have a chat while we do some cardio. Let me just get set up here. And we shall begin. So, 15 to 20 minutes. So I go around 5 rounds, 3 minutes each with 20-second break in between. So it's quite intense. I guess it depends on, hang on 1 second. Let me put my timer. All right, so that's on. So 5 rounds, 3 minutes each with 20 seconds rest in between. All right, so nice and easy for the first round. Just want to wake up. I literally just woke up from sleep. So I do cardio on an empty stomach. Don't know if you can hear me very well. I do cardio on an empty stomach. 1 second. That chain is hitting the mic and you might hear it. Not good. Cardio on an empty stomach, and I have a coffee, black coffee, and that's it. And I find that's the best. So it is leg day today. And this is the whole point of, this is another point I wanted to make about zone 2 and zone 1 cardio. If you can have a conversation while you're doing cardio, whatever cardio, then you're pretty much doing zone 2, air quotes, zone 2 cardio. So you don't want to go Basically, in plain terms, what it means is you don't want to go so hard that you're out of breath and you can't talk, whatever, but you don't want to go too low either, where you're just relaxing. Somewhere in between is the best. So 5 rounds here, and we'll go do legs in the evening. And for legs, I've kind of started doing a bit of a longer warm-up for legs. So I found, especially this year, over the course of the year, my hip flexors got really sore, and because of that, I was struggling to do squats. Next day, my hips were really sore, or would be really sore after a nice leg day. So now I have to use, I use bands. You'll see in the gym in the evening, but I use bands to get my hips nice and activated, and my glutes activated. So I do that for about 10-15 minutes, just to get a nice pump, a nice kind of burn in my glutes and my hip flexors before I actually start any sort of leg training. So yeah, you can think of hip flexors like rotator cuffs of the leg. That's how important they are, but you don't realize that when you're starting to work out, because you can't see these muscles, right? So you don't want to train them. And I've just noticed I forgot to put my timer on. I was wondering, why the hell is this round taking so long? Hang on. Let's do that. All right, now it's on. Oh well, that means I'll do an extra round, I guess. So, yeah. So, yes, so what was I saying? Yeah, so hip flexors, so it's important to train them before you start your leg workout. So I'll do that. I'll do like 2 exercises for the glutes, so for the hip flexors with my bands. And then I'll start with the squats. And I do squats for around 6 to 7 sets. So I'll do like a warm-up set first, and then another warm-up set after that. So I'll do maybe 2 or 3 warm-up sets with very low weight or no weight, maybe just 1 plate each side. First set will be no weights, just a bar. Then another set with 1 plate. Then another set with maybe just 1 plate. Then 2 plates, 1 set. Then 3 plates. And then I might just stop at 3 plates, depending on how my hip flexors feel. I could do 3 or 4 plates. And then I'll do like 3 or 4 sets of that. And that's usually my workout for my thighs, so my quads done. And then we'll move on to hams, the good old hammies. And we'll do that the same. So I either do RDLs or I do leg curls. I think they're leg curls, right? The machine that you use for your hams. So I'll do 4 or 5 sets of that. And at that stage, I don't need to warm up because I'm already warmed up. So I don't need to warm up as such. So I just go into it after my squats. And that's about it. Like, I don't really go a lot of volume on my leg training. I find if I do too much, I do too much, then I actually lose size. So it works the opposite way for me. I don't know, just the way my body's designed, I guess. So for me, what works is heavy sets, as heavy as I can go, but still maintaining good form. Hang on. That's my timer. That's one round up, finally. 20-second break. So yeah, so what works for me is heavy sets of 5 to 6 sets each. 8 to 10 reps. And that's it. Nothing fancy. And I have tried not doing squats and just doing like something like leg press, but it doesn't work for me. So I need to do squats. And I find when I'm doing squats, then my legs, there's good size in them, and I can feel that I've done something. So yeah, so we'll do that. Then we'll do our hamstrings, and then we should be done. So that's pretty much it, really. I'm gonna finish up here. I'm gonna do another 4 sets here of this, and then get on with my day. And I'll see you guys at the gym. All right. So we are here at the gym. And for a change, it's empty, more or less, which is nice. Sunday evening, so kind of expected. So as I was saying earlier, I'm going to start with some glute activation and a bit of hip flexor work. And yeah, I'm going to use some bands. So I'm going to spend like a good 15-20 minutes to warm up my hips for some heavy work later on. So these are the bands I use. I don't know what they're called. I think they're called like glute bands or something. Or they're just resistance bands, whatever. They're different colors for different kind of intensity. So they're basically tighter, looser. So you can think of this as a clamshell movement. A proper clamshell is kind of like this. So you kind of do this and you raise up, do this. Do that too if you want. But I find when I do this, I can feel the hips working more. So it's like a variation that I use. That's not too bad either, to be honest. So I did 4 or 5 sets there. Now I'm gonna jump onto this one. Still in that glute activation, hip flexor warm-up phase. But still not ready to do squats yet. Not just yet. So this is just another variation of that same effect that I was doing earlier for hip flexors and glutes. I don't know what it's called. I think it's just called like side steps or something. But you basically walk from side to side, and it will kind of activate the glutes further. And what you've got to be careful with this is you're not leading from this foot or this leg. You're kind of pushing from your trail leg, if that makes any sense. So you're pushing from here instead of going there. You're not doing that. You're pushing and going that, so that you activate your glutes here. If you lead from the other leg, that's going to train a different muscle. That's not going to train your lateral hips that we're trying to do. And if you do this, you'll figure out pretty soon that it starts giving you that burn. All right, so about 5 sets done. I just feel I need a little bit of more warm up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my belt, and I'm just gonna use this as a way to do some isometrics, which basically means I'm not moving, I'm just keeping the muscle tensed and flexed for some amount of time. This gives me that extra bit of warm up before I actually go. I'm not going to do this for very long, maybe just once or twice, for like, just hold it there for like 20 seconds or so, and it should be good. So you can use a belt for that. And what you do is you put it here, and you push your knees outwards and just hold them there. So that's activating your side lats again, or side laterals. And you hold it here for like, whatever, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And that's also going to activate. It's pretty much doing the same thing as that. It's just a different variation of that exercise that we were doing earlier. Okay, I think we should be good now. Do some squats. So let's just I'm gonna do maybe just a bar for starts. I'm gonna do like 20 reps, just to warm up the thighs a bit. And then, so for squats, what I do is, I'm gonna do one warm up without any weight. Then I'll do another warm up and I'll put like one plate each. So another 10-15 reps. Then I'll put another plate, 10-15 reps. And then I should be enough warmed up to go my real proper weight, which is either 3 or 4 plates, depending on how I feel and how my quads are feeling. And then, so I call that a working set. So that I'll probably do like 3 or 4 sets of that. So altogether probably like 8 sets. But I don't count the warm-up sets as sets. So like 4 working sets, if you will. Right, up time. So one plate has been added. Still at the warm-up phase of squats. All right. Okay. 2 sets of squats so far. Warm-up sets, not working sets. My hips are kind of sore still, so I'm going to use the bands while I do squats. And what that does is it allows me to maintain good form and it doesn't allow my knees to kind of go too wide, which is good because it kind of helps my hip flexors to not come into play too much and just use my thighs or my quads. So same drill, I'm gonna stick that in between my legs and yeah, just do squats as normal. And that just allows me not to go too wide. And it kind of keeps tension on my hips at the same time. So I need to raise it up a bit. Yeah. Alright. Yep, that feels much better. Much less sore on the hips. All right, I think we can safely add one more plate. And we'll do one more set with that, and our warm-up should be complete. Three sets have been achieved of warm-up. And now it's time to do our first working set. I'm going to add the weight. Add one more plate each side. Oh man. All right. 3 sets have been achieved. 3 working sets. Oh. And I think at this point, actually, you know what? I might do another one. Usually I'd call it at this point, but I'll do one more. Just so I don't feel too bad. Let's just do it. Oh. I think that's 7. I think that was 10. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Oh man. All right. Happily, I can report that we're done with our quads. Satisfaction. So yeah, around the same 4 to 5 sets. One warm up. So I'm pretty warmed up already. And then we'll proceed into working sets. Right. All right. So my leg training is pretty short and intense. You know, it's been what? Just about an hour now I've been here. And I'll probably be finished in another 15-20 minutes. And that's me going slow today. Usually my leg training is done within an hour. But now recently I've started doing a lot more warm-ups beforehand. You know, like my laterals and side lats and stuff like that. My hips. So it's just added on another half an hour or so. And I think for legs, you know, as long as you do heavy squats and something for your hands, that's pretty much all you need, really. Again, it depends on different people and different bodies, but at least for me, like, as long as I do that, you know, my legs are happy. So yeah. All right. First working set. Of RDLs. Oh man. Blackout, which is a sign of good training. All right. So as I said, my leg training is pretty much complete now. I'll push out one more set here, and I might just stretch out my lower back a little bit, and then drive home, eat, and sleep. Whew.